And welcome back. The Dallas shooting that killed 5 police officers still in the minds of hundreds of thousands of people across the country here in our area. We also have the recent police shootings of 2 black men, one in Louisiana, the other in Minnesota. A lot of heartache and some tension across the country. Joining me now, Lieutenant Jesse Browning with LMPD with Reaction. So many topics to get into. First, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Thank you for being here. We want to start with Dallas, work our way back. I want to hear your emotions when you woke up and you saw that news. This is the deadliest attack on law enforcement I heard since September 11th.
Yes, it's been a heartache. It's been incredibly painful, knowing that the grieving that my brothers and sisters in blue are going through, and just the community as a whole. It's a difficult time. It's reminiscent of other deaths and attempted deaths we've had on police officers here in Louisville. And then, I mean, there are concerns. I'm concerned personally by some of the things I see on social media. It feels as if people are trying to benefit from tragedy and further fear. And which is not effective part of the solution.
Furthers the divide, huh?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. What conversations at LMPD are you all having?
Within the department ourselves, we're trying to lift each other up and support each other. There is an overlapping reminder from one another, as well as from supervisors, to reminding us that we're here for each other, but we're also here for the community. And the way the community steps up, and here in Louisville, they always do such a good job. They have rallied behind our purpose, our true cause. They understand that being part of the solution is part of coming together as a community and working with resources, and that's a two-way street. So in that sense, within LMPD, we are expressing our appreciation to the members of Louisville and how well they've been treating us.
And from a departmental standpoint, you guys have started pairs, no more solo?
Right. For the time being, we go two to a car. And that helps emotionally, I think, and it also helps with just general safety. Most situations that have potential to have a heated incident that we go to so many situations where people's lives are in jeopardy, and most of those calls, if we know they're coming in with that kind of potential, we send more than one officer anyway. But this just assures that there's 2 people from the beginning to go ahead and step in and try and do things the most safe way possible.
Okay, when we localize line of duty deaths, unfortunately we know them here well. Recent deaths in 2015, and Officer Peter Grignon from LMPD back in 2013. He died in line of duty. You were with him too.
I was with him. I was not with him when it actually happened. That pain is unique to the officers that worked right there beside him. Whenever an officer, or actually when anybody is a potential homicide victim, an officer escorts them in the ambulance for the investigative standpoint. So that was the role that I played in the ambulance that day, and it's something that watching death and the life slip from somebody's eyes is not easy, no matter who it is, and it's not something that any amount of training or preparation can prepare anybody for. So yes, luckily we've found the support again through the community. Peter's family is amazing. Their strength has definitely carried on anybody who was around when that happened.
And I guess irony is the term, because you spoke to recruits the day the Dallas shootings happened?
The next morning.
Next morning.
Yes, ma'am.
Wow.
I had actually, the minute that it was unfolding on TV, I wasn't aware of it. I was having a conversation with a local community member who is trying his best to bring hope and joy and structure into some of the kids' lives, and he was making a request, a community request on behalf of his group, and we were talking about the local tragedies without even being aware of that. And then yesterday our training department does a wonderful job of honoring Peter and reminding our officers the tragedies that can unfold. They also do an amazing job. For the last 3 years we've been trained in effective community outreach, how to de-escalate situations in the most reasonable way possible. But yeah, yesterday was a day that at the training academy that was dedicated to Peter.
And here locally, when we talk of switching gears to the shooting deaths of black men, we've had Michael Newby, Dang Man Yoon last year. Some people of color say they do not trust the police. There are stereotypes and rifts. What is the department doing to handle that and narrow that, you know, right now moving forward?
Right. Absolutely, the number one thing that I think leads to these stereotypes and rifts is a lack of understanding of our cultures, and not just the community cultures, but the police culture. So we invite people to get involved in seeing what it's like to walk in the path of a police officer, but also a two-way street. We have a lot of community outreach that teaches us how to understand other cultures so that we can help better communicate. And so some of the educational things that we have going on, we have several Citizens Police Academies held every year, like continuously. We're one of the first agencies nationwide to have an academy designated just for the LGBT community. We had a youth academy last week in the California Center Community Center. We have street walks, coffees with a cop, all kinds of outreach that's simply designed to bridge the gap through communication and education. And again, we have a strong community that steps up because they're interested in doing that. They also have the same concerns. So we, as a department, our focus is primarily on, you know, restoring social order and building trust through the community members and teaching them what our responses are so that they can better be prepared to take care of things themselves in a safe way.
In 10 seconds, for those people who do not believe what you say, do not trust you, what do you want them to know about your job, putting on that badge every single day?
Every one of us also has friends and family and loved ones. I'll leave here and go home to my 3 beautiful kids, my husband, and we truly take this job because we're hired for the unique personal lives that we have, the kind and compassionate spirits that we try to have at all times. And so when tragedy hits on either side, we do take it very personally, and we need you as much as you need us.
Yeah. Throw your phone number out there.
Sure. My office phone number is 502-574-2134, and I'll leave my email address with you as well. So if anybody's interested in helping us out with some community outreach, we'd love to have you.
For what you do every single day, for your message, for opening up to us about being there with Officer Grignon. Thank you.
Thank you, Ted.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
At home, we want to let you know if you want to talk more with police, there is a peace walk happening where you can join LMPD officers and Metro Councilwoman Mary Ann Butler. That's happening in the Oakdale neighborhood. The walk kicks off at 6 o'clock at the Salvation Army in Wyandotte Park on Beecher Street. That's every Tuesday. We're told they're supposed to be doing these, and we will see you after the break.